Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the inaugural debut of the Pimp and Kurth show. Although we have Firewater here as a guest.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Just so you know, the three of us are admins, along with Double C, Corneria Kid, and Pembertone. We run this entry battle league. We have had 2 successful seasons last year, and this will be our 3rd season. Or I guess we had the 2nd season was this year. 1st season was last year.
Yep.
We've had 2 great seasons, and we're happy to see that this season we have the most entrants ever at 14. In fact, we had so many that we're going to be trying some new things, but we'll go over when we do the rules.
True.
Yep.
I know that there's a lot of new faces here who may not have done drafting, so hopefully we'll be able to assuage any doubts you may have. The gist of it is, starting on, let's see, what is it, September 5th, I believe? I think 9 p.m. is probably the time we'll do it. That's usually when we do it, Eastern time. We'll all be on this channel. Some of us will be in voice chat, some of us won't. There's a tab that says draft picks, and we will be calling people out in a randomized drafting order, which we'll also generate tonight. What you'll do is you'll generate, over the course of the night, a team of 10 Pokemon, each from different tiers. You'll have one from OU, one from UU, one from RU, one from NU, one from PU, and then one Mega. And then the 4 slots will be based on a certain set of points that we'll go over in detail later. Once we've all drafted 10 Pokemon, and by the way, we'll be doing this in a snake format, meaning that we'll go down the list of people one by one, and then once we get to the end of the list, we'll redo the list, but in reverse order. So if you're either at the beginning or the end of the list, and it's between 2 rounds, you'll essentially get to draft 2 Pokemon in a row. But that way, even though if you say you get first in the draft order, you won't have an inherent, advantage over the course of the entire draft. Only in that first round if there's something that's really hot that needs to get picked up. So don't fret if you're last. It means you get to pick up 2 Pokemon at the same time as we switch rounds.
Sometimes
So
it's honestly better to just end up being pick last. It's like, one thing I've learned about draft, last pick and the middle picks probably have the advantage, because the top pick has to wait like, what, 20 picks until it comes back up to them? Oh my god. Well, sorry about that.
Then you get 2 in a row, and you don't have to. You're not out of 20 turns waiting to get back again.
Yeah.
And also, you do get some counter pick leverage, and that you're able to, pick something that works against what the other 9 people have picked.
Yep.
Although you're probably not going to be busy counter picking on round 1 or round 2. You probably want to do that later on because you have sort of a skeleton of what ideas you want to pick up.
Exactly. Yeah.
True.
So don't fret if you're last
did your
pick.
stream die?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Literally, my Discord just crashed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
There
one
we
thing
go.
to think about is that you have quite a while, so
Yeah, we still have
take a
3
look.
weeks until the draft actually starts, so you still have plenty of time.
Exactly.
So think of a strategy. Yeah. So try and have a strategy of some sort. Don't wing it, because sometimes it works out. A lot of times, that's how you end up drafting teams with very obvious, terrible weaknesses. Like having only physical attackers, or
Right.
having no synergy, or no tanks.
Or all psychic types. So yeah, it's like, just really think about your typings and think about their stats when you actually draft your Pokemon too.
Yeah, why don't we hop to, I think, the challenge first and take a look at that. So if you look there, unlike in previous seasons where we just had one large round robin, since we have 14 people and we don't want this to drag off into, I think if we had just a 14 round regular season, we would actually go into next year. So to avoid doing that and dragging into the holidays, we've split it up into 2 groups of 7. You'll play round robin each week. You'll have 1 match, although 1 week you'll have a bye, so you get a break during that week, whichever week it ends up being. You'll play once a week. You'll schedule a match with your opponent, and as long as you do it by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you'll be good. You'll report your score, which will be the number of KOs you got versus the number of KOs they got. Obviously, the one that gets to 6 is the one that wins.
And there's also... Oh, you got it. Keep going.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. And so, yeah, you'll have one match a week. Just make sure you get in touch with your opponent before the time runs out. Because if you don't, then that may count as a forfeit depending on who ends up not putting any effort in setting up the match, or it may just be called a draw, and you'll both lose a point. So just make sure you get your matches done on time.
Yep.
And then at the end of the season, once all 7 people played all their matches, we'll look at the leaderboards, and the top 6, the top 3 in each pool, the top 6 in total, will qualify for the playoffs, and then we'll look at the 2 people in 4th place in each pool, head-to-head based on who has more match wins, who has more points, who conceded fewer KOs. The person who wins on all those fronts will advance to the playoffs, and the other, along with everyone else in the pools, will advance to something called a redemption bracket, which will be a 1-week bracket, single elimination, which will give participants who do not make the top 4 in their pools a last opportunity to qualify for the playoffs. They will have to win the single elimination bracket in order to earn the 8th spot in the playoffs.
It's like
don't worry if you don't qualify immediately, because there's always a chance to make a comeback in a redemption bracket.
Yeah, there's been situations where people got so discouraged, like during like the middle season, they don't realize that it's literally just for seeding. It's like
exactly. The regular season has no impact whatsoever on the actual determination of
who's in
your final result. All it determines is what your bracket is.
Yeah.
Exactly. So really, it should be thought of it as a qualification round. It's just qualifiers. That's all it is. Okay. I mean, you could get first in your pool and then lose in the quarterfinal, and you get 5th place. It doesn't matter.
7th, but yeah.
Yep.
Well, 5th, because there'd be 4 people ahead of you. You would tie for 5th with everybody else in the quarterfinal. It'd be a 4-way tie.
Exactly. Yeah.
The big thing is, the other benefit is, the better you do, the less you have to do with that goddamn. Because I'll be real, there's gonna be, if I count this right, there's gonna be about 6 of us in that redemption, maybe 7. But the thing is, yeah,
there will be 7.
You have to do. So you legitimately have to do 3. You have to do 3 rounds in a week, and then you have to do the full-on playoffs.
Yeah, it's gonna get exhausting. So it's better to do your best during the middle of the season. But if you don't make that top cut, still try to get your way through out of redemption bracket.
Yep.
It's like, don't beat yourself over not making playoffs like right away, because you still have a chance through redemption bracket. It's gonna be a longer road, but it's gonna be a good payoff.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and the nice thing is that, for new people that haven't done this format before, you have these 7 weeks. Well, 6 matches. You'll have 6 matches where you have an opportunity to learn how to play this format and how to improve as a player. Also, it should be worth mentioning that during the 4th week of the regular season, we will be having a free agency draft where you'll be able to trade off one of your Pokemon for a Pokemon that has not been drafted at the same tier. So if perhaps you didn't get something you wanted, or you want to make some adjustments mid-season, you'll be able to do that. And then also, once we go into playoffs, the 8 qualifying players will also get another opportunity for a free agency trade.
True.
Yep. One thing to think about with this is, because it's in the same tier, that also comes into some consideration, right? Like, if you don't think your Mega Evolution is up to par, you can trade it. Or if you think your OU-mon, you need something a little different, you can just think that through. It's very easy to make a turnaround with a good free agency pick.
Yep.
But that's also based on seeding, so do your best.
Okay. Also, one thing to note, at the end of your battles of each week, if you want to trade with a different team, well, first you have to wait until they do their match too, but if you want to get those trades in for equal value picks, you should do them early in the game to solidify your team as possible.
Yeah, and one thing I like doing is lining up a trade in the week right before free agency, so that way I effectively get 2 trades off at the same time.
Exactly, that's what I did too.
A lot of times, you might throw off your balance if you do 1 trade, but if you do 2 at the same time, then you can still maintain the tight balancing.
Okay, I think we can actually start heading over towards the draft order.
Well, let's just make a note real quick. If you go to that Word doc or the Google Doc with the text in it, I forget what the word is for it.
This one?
Yeah, this is the rule set. It's pretty long. It's gotten longer over the seasons because there's lots of loopholes I had to address, and obviously this new format of having 2 pools is new, so I have to make sure I address every single little instance that might come up. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can address this, and then if it's not good enough to answer your questions, just address any of the people in purple. Those are the admins. So myself, Firewater, Pimp Sparse, Double C, Pemberton, Corneri Kid, we can answer your questions.
Yep. Okay.
And then one more thing, if you go to the other Google Doc, the Excel looking one, there's a tab for all participants. It has spreadsheets where you'll be putting all of the Pokemon that you end up drafting, and it's also where you will record the results of your matches. You'll also be putting your results in challenge. Although I forget if I have it open. It might be that I'm just putting it in this season because I don't want to wait for people to do it. But
yeah, because I don't have access to it.
One thing I did is I wanted to make sure that I was running challenge because I wanted all the stuff done like pronto.
Right away.
Yeah. And also, you might have noticed some other stats. The important thing about filling out those stats, besides whether you win or lose, is we do have superlatives for whatever Pokemons do good shit. For example, I think the only Mon that's gotten rewards, regardless of owned by trainer, in both seasons might be Mega Mawile. But either way, the point is update your stats for your Pokemon, because that's how we calculate who, for example, is the best tank or who killed the most other people. So update that too.
And one other thing that's very important, if you can you open up Discord on your screen first?
Yeah, one sec.
Yeah,
Discord,
if you go to our channel and just
windows.
go to the replays tab.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I gotta change Windows. Let's go to Discord. Done.
Yeah, so go to the replays channel.
Replays. Let's see. Where is the is it the V?
It's up.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, so the most important thing that you need to record is you need to put in the links to your replays in here. So you're gonna copy paste the replay. Sorry, you're gonna do Porygon, comma, space, use, analyze, space, then put in the replay link.
So yeah.
You need to do that for every match you play because we need that to record the results.
Exactly.
And also to review the matches every week.
Yeah. So I found this bot just to make our lives a lot easier because I noticed from the first season we were missing so much data. I felt like only like 6 teams or the top cut teams were the only people that were actually keeping track of their kills. So now it's a lot easier. It straight up breaks down everything. Let's say if Gastrodon got 2 direct kills, it tells you if they died to like hazards or toxic, that counts. And if it dies, then it also records it for you. So your life is 10 times easier.
If you don't save that replay, you're gonna be in deep shit, alright?
Yeah.
Like we can sanction you for that. That violates the rules. We need those replays.
Exactly.
Because we can't verify the results of the matches unless we have those.
And we also can't make more content to put on the YouTube channel too if we don't have the replays.
So the key thing here is save your replays.
Yep.
Yes, that's the single most important thing other than just playing your matches is saving the replays.
Exactly,
And don't cheat.
Obviously, yeah.
Well, we'll know. We'll know. Like, that's one thing for sure.
I think they'll be implicit in playing your matches that you wouldn't cheat.
Exactly.
But this person inherently cheats with his RNG.
A.
Correct.
I don't know, man.
And I anti-cheat with mine.
Yeah, so if you got another thing, word of advice, if you guys are ever doing a trade, make sure you don't publicize it to Pimp first, because he'll try to wreck it.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about.
Never trade with him either. He's a used car salesman, he'll screw you.
Exactly.
Hey, okay, I need citation, I need physical proof on this.
He's a Florida man, what do you expect?
Or, you know what? I think that's a good enough transition to move on to the draft picks.
Mic drop.
So, let me pull up all the names and stuff like that on the side. I just load up Visual Boy Advance on accident. Let's close out of that. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna do it from the challenge page because it's literally right there. So first name I see is Pemberton. Next is Divi. Oh, I can just copy and paste it. That's a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Copy. Paste. Divi Gupta. Another returning player. Tails, a new player.
Yep.
Not really sure what's their competitive Pokemon experience. Titus, the top player destroyer, the God Slayer himself.
Both of my real life friends are in the same pool as me. It's gonna be.
Oh, that sucks.
So to put some background on this, Pemberton has been in every season to this point. Got to playoffs last season after a very strong run the season before, or at least a decent one. Divi's been Enigma. Always has been consistently drafting well. Not the greatest finishes, but definitely strong teams. Titus, probably, I think we all could agree, is the most successful newcomer from last season. Also had
not only did he win the redemption bracket, he also was a semi-finalist.
Oh, true.
Also had the most cursed ass team in the entire thing. Anyway, then we have Tails, who is a new person. Don't know much about him. Just know they were interested, and they were interested.
They joined up.
Rhea, 2-year participant.
Another Enigma. They have some good wins. Others, I don't know. He does well when he wants to do well.
Yep.
Like, it's just an in-between. Arca, I know nothing about Arca,
yeah,
so...
he's one of my real-life friends that I've played Smash and Pokemon with for years, so I know he's new to drafting, but he's not new to Pokemon, so I think he should do well.
Okay.
We'll see.
This pool is actually, in my opinion, the harder pool. Easily. Because we got Pemberton...
Yeah, I mean, theoretically it is, because the speed total is one less, so it's slightly harder than the other one. But that's what happens when you have the first seed in that pool.
Exactly.
Yeah, we just don't know. We don't know how all these new players will do.
I myself am a 2-time finalist. I got second in season 1 and I got first in season 2.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, going into the lower bracket, we have Oro, the most consistently mid player. He's literally...
He is exactly 12 wins and 12 losses.
So that's pretty cool.
Has one playoff appearance.
I think it should be worth mentioning, on the Google Doc, there is a spreadsheet where I will be keeping track of everyone's ELO, which will basically be a score that goes up or down depending on if you win or lose. I've been keeping track of it based on results all the way going back to season 1, and if you're a newcomer, you'll start out at 1,000. So some people are above 1,000 if they've been getting good results, if they've been getting bad results, or below 1,000. But as we play over the season, those numbers will fluctuate, and we'll get a better sense of how good everyone is. We use those numbers in order to split up the pool to make sure they're evenly balanced. And I'm more or less happy with the results, but obviously I could be wrong with these newcomers. You'll never know.
Yep.
Okay, so moving on, we have Garden, a VGC god. He qualified for Worlds a couple times, actually, twice, from what I remember, for VGC. So he's a really good player. I don't know what's his singles experience. I played him in singles like probably once, but we'll see what he can do when he's drafting.
Yep.
Next up, we got the Buster himself. We got Pimsparce. Y'all can talk about me.
Yep. Basically, he'd be godlike if he just decided to not do dumb shit all the time.
He's also the luckiest motherfucker alive.
Yep. He's a certified hacker. Never misses a hurricane, even if it's under the sun.
And
never misses a confuse either.
Will legitimately roll 1 in 800 legitimate fucking shinies and fucking Nuzlocke races.
Oh yeah, bro. Kurt, did you hear about that?
No.
Okay. So in Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver, the first like rocket den you have to go into.
Oh my god.
You know the Electrobes?
Yeah.
I got a shiny Electrobe, but not only that, it was Timid Nature.
Oh my god.
I can't wait to finish that race, man. I can't wait.
Anyway,
won't be long until we have to vote to ban you.
Yeah. Anyway,
Pimsparce is a degenerate player. We cannot allow this sickness in the server.
But either way, decent at the game.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good draft. Too.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just absurdly lucky.
Yeah, sometimes it feels more about the lulz than winning, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is a trademark on mine. Then we got Firewater, probably easily the most consistent player, if we can say, other than Curve. Very consistent.
Just the most unlucky.
Most unlucky, second most consistent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Pimford is the
Also-
luckiest. Firewater certainly the most unlucky.
Yeah.
But I top forward last season, won the first season. Stopped curse cop-esque
Yep.
Patriots.
Season
win,
1 had a
whatever.
complete unbeaten streak in the regular season and the playoffs until the final. So only person to beat me that season.
Yeah, that's actually kind of wild. And it's funny because this recent season, you lost to what? 2 people?
I lost to you and F Bucket in the regular season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Last season had a lot of upsets. We can definitely say
It
that.
did. Yeah.
Yeah. Although I didn't feel like they were my loss were up to the kind of what I expected matchup was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I need to actually change the window real quick.
But either way, interesting season. Hopefully, I can do better than losing in semis this year. You know. But
Yep, we'll see.
outside
we'll
that,
see.
should be cool.
Yeah. And unlike the last 2 seasons, we're gonna have a third place playoff match this time. So if you lose the semifinals, you do get to play one more match after that. To try and get something out of it, you know.
Yeah. Next up, we have Cornery Kid. Really good Pokemon player. He's actually a really good player. But no draft experience.
Yeah.
So that is going to be interesting on how he adapts to that. We got Shadowbringer, easily the most improved player of all time. Like, he came in, have no experience when it came to draft or competitive Pokemon, and he worked his way up, and he got his first win in the season.
Yes, I was a little bit more disappointed in season 2 though because he drafted a lot of the same stuff in season 1, and then I think he ended up dropping out mid-season.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he did.
But stuff happens, you know. Like,
That
you know,
happens.
It does,
stuff, but
you know, but I would just strongly encourage him to have some more varied picks because not only could he possibly make a better team, also he'll learn more about the game if he tries to use other Pokemon.
And then last,
okay, you got it. Sorry.
yeah, last but not least, we have MG Lizard. We know nothing about MG Lizard. Probably the biggest wild card. So,
Do either of you know who this person is?
no.
So
So they just found us and signed up.
I think they got through Double C. Well,
Okay.
yeah. Another connection. In the past, connections through Double C has not been the best. we
It's all good.
we'll just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at that.
But hopefully, yeah. But hopefully, it'll be a welcome individual, and will be enjoyable.
Okay, so this first one, I'm gonna hit randomize. This is a test just to see if the randomizer is working. Afterwards, it will be the set in stone draft order for season 3. So let's see who's gonna be malding after the test run.
Okay, let's see. Oh my
I
gosh.
you said last is best, right?
yeah, and I got last.
Man,
Uh,
I don't want to be. I hate.
and you would have had to been the one.
It actually really sucks because not only do you get cucked out of the first pick, you don't get a double pick either.
Exactly.
Yeah, but fortunately, you know, this is the first one. Also, I just want to say, I think the one place where I've been lucky is I think I'm the only person who's been a top 3 draft pick in every season.
That's actually might be true. Yeah.
Because I was second last season.
I think I was a
But we'll
later
see.
pick.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with the real one. This was
Okay, this is the set in stone.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, thank God, mid pick. I'm happy.
Oh,
Okay, we're all above.
Oh, I-
Pemberton, though. That's all that matters.
We're all above
Yeah.
Pemberton.
Nobody drafts Cinderace. I swear to fucking God.
Oh my
Alright,
God.
Alright, so we have a pact here. Pemberton's gonna be very angry if he watches this vid, but the point is, Cinderace is legal. There's a few mons and a few things that we let rock here that you may not see in normal Nat decks OU.
That's Cinderace.
Cinderace is one of them. One thing of funny is that some early Delve, I've had that the frog, Greninja 2 years. Our good friend Pemberton has always had Cinderace. We have made a pact for the rest of the league.
I wanted
to
that
make
Mon
sure
banned, but
he-
everyone's like, no, it's
I wanted
fine.
it banned too. I wanted it banned too.
This is gonna be the
So-
season that's gonna get it banned. I promise.
Oh, I know for sure it is.
Either way, the point is just anybody but Pemberton can have Cinderace. Just take it
Bro,
before
watch me actually be the person to get Cinderace. It will be a wrap if I get that thing.
This is
I
tryhard
would
cheating
be.
Pimpsparks with the Cinderace.
Oh my
Look,
god.
I'm looking at it right now. I would be shocked if none of the people above you don't take it.
I also have a backup pick too, so if I don't get Cinderace, I still have a really solid backup pick for my first
No,
pick.
that's fair. Like, all I know is that looking at it, I have a feeling I'm not gonna get any of my friends, but that's fine. I can work with them.
That's true. So, I guess we can wrap it up here. This is going to be a fun season. It's the biggest of all time, which I'm really hyped for. Really, really hyped for.
And honestly, I feel bad for MG Lizard. Now, granted, we don't know anything about them, but it is unfortunate that they were the only newcomer that, you know, they're just in bumbuck land of the last pick. But the rest of our newcomers, and honestly, I think this works out because most of our top players or playoff teams are in the bottom half of the draft order. In fact, all of our returning playoff teams are in the bottom half of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
there's like no high paid people that are like up there really, so that's why I'm not too worried about this draft.
Word.
Draft order, I mean, because I'm unlikely to get sniped.
Sure.
Exactly, and that's why I'm really happy to get mid pick, like near the middle pick.
I kind of don't like my pick, but I can live with it. It's close enough.
Yeah. Fired, you're like in that limbo land where you get 2 picks within 4 picks. It's just rough going back up.
So my rules from various other draft scenarios, i.e. fantasy sports, has been if it is a league that is 10 or fewer teams, getting the last picks is not bad.
Mm-hmm.
In leagues where it's like more than like 12, it's scary, and after that, it's like not great. Do your schoolwork, or you gonna get fucked up. I don't like this, but I'll make it work. Fuck it.
Okay. So.
I'm not gonna get my friends. I know that much, but it's okay.
Word. So, is there anything else we need to cover, or is that it?
Just read the rules and don't be late. When is the official date?
The official.
It'll be September 5th. I think we're gonna tentatively set it for 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, that's the usual time. You do not have to be in call. You just need to be in the Discord, just paying attention. And if there's a reason why you can't draft your picks, DM somebody your draft picks and some backups just in case. It's always a good idea to just have your backups and stuff like that if you can't make it.
Yeah, if you are allowed to DM another player with your picks, and as long as they have like a screenshot showing that you sent them the message authorizing those picks as proof, once the draft is over, then that's fine.
Okay.
That way, nobody just lies and says they're drafting for somebody else and fucks them over.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, other than that, I think that's it.
Sorry, can you pull up that list again?
Which list?
I'm putting in the random list.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting it into the Google Doc right now.
Nice.
Okay, let's see what else we got. Oro, then we got Firewater.
Yep.
Overtone Empty Lizard. Got it.
Yep. But until next time. This is the whatever. It's the Carth and Pimp show. I'm assuming we'll have a post-season, or they'll have a post-draft one. So.
Yeah.
Just to whether praise or yell at people's drafts.
Well, yeah. I think we're probably going to plan on having different guests on the show too, just to add that variance. Some days we might not have another person, a third, and then other days we might will. If it's like a hype week, we might have a Discord full of like 6 people. Who knows? But yep, I think that's it. We're signing off.